Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free, the consultation is free, and you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-863-1010. That's 800-863-1010. 800-863-1010. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but Northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Megan's grandfather bought his first Ranger here. Her dad bought his first F-150 here. And she just drove off the lot in a new Ford Expedition for her family. 3 generations, all choosing Sanderson Ford. Visit Sanderson during their anniversary sale and see why. Right now, purchase any new Ford and get a $500 Circle K fuel card on Sanderson. We have your first 5 tanks covered. When you're in the market for a new vehicle, choose the dealership families have been trusting for over 70 years. Choose Sanderson Ford. Not valid on fleet or AXZ or D-Plan purchases. Offer expires 5/31/26.
AAA membership travels with you in any car, whether driver or passenger. It's 24/7 expert help with towing, battery, and branch services across the valley. Join AAA for less than $6 a month and add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a diamond sourcing expert, I'll tell you just how differently we source our diamonds so your engagement ring can be the most beautiful. We work directly with our diamond partners who reserve the best stones just for us. We handpick and inspect each diamond, then negotiate the best price. At Shane Company, we believe this is the only way to properly buy a diamond, because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
It's the lunch break.
It's a Wednesday here on the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060 streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. And you can watch us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Chris Schubert, producer Evan with you here on the Wednesday edition of the show. Got a lot to do today, producer Evan. We have a dueling draft here on a Wednesday. We're drafting barbecue foods. Easy for me to say.
It's a big barbecue weekend.
So we're doing that now. We're number 2 of the program. Another conference final game went to overtime last night in the NBA. We'll talk about that and how with each passing game, my opinion of the Phoenix Suns continues to change and what this future is going to look like. But we start with his first career walk-off home run because Ketel Marte, he needed that one last night.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
A walk-off win for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte, down to their final out. He delivers the walk-off 3-run home run. The first walk-off home run of his career. And the Diamondbacks have won 3 games in a row. They are now 4-1 through the first 5 games of this 13-game stretch that we keep talking about. And yesterday, you probably stopped believing that they were going to be able to win that game last night in the 9th inning after they left the bases loaded in the 7th. They left the bases loaded in the 8th, and they were down to their final out in the 9th inning. But Ketel Marte delivered his first career walk-off. And this is why you don't give up on a player. This is why you let a whole season play itself out, because you knew Ketel Marte was going to turn it on at some point. You knew that Ketel Marte would deliver a huge moment for this Diamondbacks team at some point. And you know, after the way he reacted last night, how much that moment he needed. You know what it reminded me of? Do you remember the Thursday night football game last year between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals? Do you remember when Marvin Harrison Jr. had one of the worst first halves you will ever see a wide receiver play? Do you remember the just the sense of relief for Marv in the second half in that game when he finally caught a touchdown?
I remember doing a Friday segment that next day of saying, like, the celebration felt like a weight lifted off his shoulder, not of pure excitement, but relief.
Two different kinds of celebrations, because that touchdown,
you win the game.
Right. Different, but both had a similar feel to it of, oh, the player needed that. Ketel Marte needed that moment. He needed that expression of throwing the bat. He did a helmet flip, just tossed that thing as well. And you could tell he was amped up rounding the bases for that one as the Diamondbacks win yet another series. They're doing exactly what they are supposed to do right now. And that rally back mentality showed itself last night. They left the bases loaded in the 7th. They left the bases loaded in the 8th. They needed a little help on some catcher's interference. But the Giants opened the door in the 9th. The Diamondbacks said, we'll come right in. And they just keep on rolling. What a great night last night for the Diamondbacks. What a great win. And again, Ketel Marte needed that. That is the Marvin Harrison Jr. catching the touchdown against Seattle last year. Just the release of, okay, the stress is gone. I did it. I came through in a big spot for my team this season.
It is a weight lifted off the shoulders for him.
Exactly.
It is such a big relief. And for him to get that in that spot just makes it, amplifies it in a way. It's not a solo shot in the game. You're up, 6-0. Right. It's that home run in that big of a spot, I think even means that much more. And so you feel pretty good about where you're at right now. We talked about this 13-game stretch. We talked about winning every series. 2 series in, 2 series wins. Today you got a chance to go for a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, this is going about as well as it needed to go so far. And I think if you sweep the series this afternoon, they get underway about an hour and 20 minutes from now. If you sweep this series and it's a 5-1 start, I mean, we said you had to get to 9. Now all of a sudden I may move the goalposts a little bit. I may say 9's not enough when you start 5-1. And listen, bad teams like the San Francisco Giants, that's what happens to them. They kind of invite that kind of trouble.
Yeah, and we talked about it yesterday, right? Like I gave you the numbers. Last year they just went 8-7 in their games with the Giants. That's not good enough. That won't allow you to be a playoff team. You missed it by a few games last year. You missed it by a tiebreaker the year prior. Those types of losses will not allow you to make the playoffs. So for them to be able to steal that win, because you're right. And John's right over on the YouTube. Giants opened the door in the 78th and you didn't walk through.
Right. You came up empty.
You came up empty and you're watching the 9th inning thinking this is over.
You're thinking to yourself, this is going to be one that got away, and you're going to look at the final score and you're going to say, all right, we just didn't have it. Our offense was struggling. But when you actually think about it, you missed a chance in the 7th. You missed a chance in the 8th. You're going to feel like you let this one slip through.
And
because you had them on the ropes, but you couldn't land the knockout punch.
And after
you had it twice.
And after the 78th inning, you just think, man, like you had it twice. You missed your opportunities. Like that's it. And you get the Ketel Marte at bat in the 9th, and you just feel immediately like you stole one.
Well, right. You get to the 9th inning, and now it's the bottom of the order has to try to put it together to give me a Ketel Marte at bat, right? Like I need a group
you're still looking. I need 2 on to get to Ketel Marte.
Right. And
you get it.
And you get it. And you get some help via some catcher's interference that had to be, looked at. And then Ketel Marte delivers the blow. No doubter.
Crushed it.
And the Diamondbacks, they've won 3 in a row. They've won 4 of their last 5. They're 4-1 to start this 13-game stretch. I mean,
it's one of those things, again, where sometimes when you're playing good baseball, it's clicking.
Yeah, things just tend to fall your way. And right now, that's kind of the feeling for this Diamondbacks team, who now with the win back above 500, they sit here at 24-23. So they've dug out of that little mini hole that they put themselves in by being below 500. They've worked all the way back. They're now above 500. I thought Ryan Nelson was okay last night.
Yeah.
He did one of my least favorite things that pitchers do. And so this isn't against Ryan Nelson. This is against pitchers in general who do this. Don't point like it's a pop-up if the ball's going to go 425 feet.
Well,
you just look really stupid.
You have a bad history with that with your team.
My team in particular has done that a couple of times with some relievers who point to the sky and the ball, leaves the stadium, not just the ballpark. It's in the parking lot. So he did it a couple of times where he pointed and then he realized.
One of your old relievers for the Mets pointed one time. Bryce Harper hit it over the batter's eye.
So I tend to have a bias towards, hey, let's not do that unless it's a sure thing. And Ryan Nelson did that a couple of times.
Yeah, that was bad. But in general, you got length, right? You got 7 innings out of Ryan Nelson.
You got length, and again, we keep talking about give me a chance to win.
Ryan
Nelson pitching 7 innings the way that he did allows them to have that chance in the 7th.
7 innings, 3 runs gives you a chance to win. And he kind of needed to settle down, right? Because it's that second inning that they give up the 3.
Yep.
And then he gets you another 5. He gets you the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. And you didn't think in the second inning you were going to get that kind of length out.
Well, and if it falls sideways on him, then if they load the bases in the 7th, it's not in as high leverage of a spot that it was. The same for the 8th, right? Him throwing up those zeros after the second inning is what allows the comeback to be on. It's what allows the 7th inning to feel like a big deal. It's what allows the 8th inning to feel like a momentum shift. And when the Giants get out of both of those, the Giants feel like we're going to win this game. The Diamondbacks probably a little bit felt like we're going to let this one slip away. They pull a rabbit out of their hat. And I said to you, they haven't played a lot of games like this season. I know they've played a ton of one-run games, right? They've played a ton of close games this season. But a comeback, a walk-off in that fashion, the game that this, I guess, closely reminded me of is when Jose Fernandez hit the home run off of Kenley Jansen to complete the comeback against the Tigers.
Yeah, that was the one that kind of came to mind for you in the morning meeting, and I agree. That's the most similar game. And then I was racking my brain. Is that their first walk-off this year?
Their first walk-off. I have the memory of a goldfish, so this is really gonna test this. They've played a ton of extra inning games. They played one recently against the Mets, but they lost that one, so that wasn't a walk-off. They beat the Braves on a walk-off, I want to say, earlier in the season. I had the schedule up this morning, and I was looking at all their extra inning games. I think they either won or lost an extra inning game 6-5 to the Braves earlier in the season.
Okay, let me see.
I don't know if they have. I don't think. I'm trying to go through the memory banks to see if I remember another walk-off, but I don't think so.
I couldn't remember one. And I should have looked this up right when I walked in, but I kind of just thought of it as we went on the air.
Sometimes that's the best topics that we have, is when we don't plan on it.
As we're talking about it. Yes, you get swept by they didn't walk anything off against the Tigers.
Against the Braves. Ketel Marte. It was when he hit the double.
That's what it was.
So he has 2 already this season.
And that's it.
That's in my quick search.
I think that's it. I think he has both.
Yeah, they won an extra inning game on the road against Baltimore. They lost an extra inning game at home to New York. Wasn't a walk-off on Saturday against the Mets. No, I don't see another walk-off on here. At least not one that's jumping off to me. Somebody will correct us if we're forgetting something. But Ketel Marte delivers his first career walk-off home run, his second walk-off of the season. The Diamondbacks are back above 500. They've already won this series, so it's 2 for 2 in these series of winning them. And now you're trying to put the cherry on top today.
Yeah, the opportunity it affords you to, to sweep this series is huge. It's just so big for morale, and couldn't be more excited about what you're able to do after last night. Like, you're now one game over 500. You have 4 games against the Giants, 4 games against the Rockies. Why can't you go 7-1?
And by the way, with a win today, and we've got a lot more Diamondbacks to get to here today, because I'm going to do it today, everybody. I'm going to talk about a Torey Lovullo contract extension, so prepare yourselves accordingly. We're going to talk about it today. With a win today, it'll be 4 wins in a row. That will match their longest winning streak of the season. That was when they won the last 2 games against Baltimore and the first 2 games against Toronto. They ended that 9-game road trip. They came back. They won the 2 games against Toronto. That included that Corbin Carroll grand slam off of Jeff Hoffman.
Yeah.
So this would, if they win this afternoon, would tie their longest winning streak of the season.
Trying to remember.
So that would be good to be playing some of your best baseball right now.
Yeah, because they lost the opener against Atlanta. They got crushed after sweeping the Tigers. Remember how they started the year?
Well, okay. Hold on. Remember that game? They sweep the Tigers, and the game that you're referencing against the Braves.
The 17-2 loss that opens the series?
That opened the series? Because the Erod starts in
there. They
there.
played a 4-game series.
Oh, that was a Thursday. Because the Friday night baseball game is the Erod's gem
2-0 loss.
that he loses.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game goes sideways on them, the first game of that series.
Was that the Seawald gives up the homers in the 9th?
That wasn't yes. That was the Olsen Albies home runs.
Yes.
Yeah. 0-0, and he gives up the 2 back-to-back homers, yeah.
There have been some crazy games this year.
Yeah, they've played some crazy ones. Their second walk-off of the season, Ketel Marte has them both, and now they go for the series win a little bit later on this afternoon. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, this isn't something I thought was going to be on the rundown. I didn't think I was going to write this tease at any point. Do the Cardinals have a Josh Sweat problem? That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
ASU baseball begins their run in the Big 12 baseball tournament presented by Allstate right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Thursday night as they take on Cincinnati. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Surprise Stadium in Surprise. It's ASU versus Cincinnati this Thursday night. Pregame at 7:45 p.m. and first pitch at 8 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Hurt in a crash? Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James, 800-9-million. The system is rigged. Insurance companies protect themselves. Sweet James protects you. 2 billion won. 500 trials, 98% winning record. They put power and respect on your side. Pay no fees unless they win. 800-9-million. 800-900-0000 and sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James. Your accident attorneys.
The Gorillas, live in Phoenix. The Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
At Banner Health, we don't wait for the future. We build it. We're finding new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with a patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. It's no small work. But to us, it's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
Get ready for summer with exciting styles and savings during the Living Spaces Memorial Day event. Upgrade your home from the inside out and discover light and breezy designs for your living room, inviting sets for your dining room, and dream options for your bedroom. Plus, make your backyard a vacation with our outdoor collection. Get special financing for 60 months on any purchase with your good credit and enjoy free shipping as soon as next day. Shop the Memorial Day event and save only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Nothing ever lives up to the hype, except for the Western Conference Finals, where the Spurs ripped Game 1 and the home court from the defending champs with an epic double OT win. Even better, we'll probably get 6 more games of that. Speaking of hype, I don't have a problem with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ripping another MVP award. Best player on the best team in the regular season who is still ascending. That's fine, just as long as he and everybody else knows that Victor Wembanyama was the best player on the floor last night and that Wemby is the best player in the world right now. I posted the following on X, and I meant it, quote, I have never seen anything in the NBA like Wemby, ever, which means we may no longer have to worry about that endless LeBron or Mike debate. Because if this big dude can stay healthy, he is your GOAT. He's already your alien. I'm Jim Rome.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTO'Sullivans.com for a location near you.
Well, Jacoby Brissett has been missing from OTAs, but he may not be the most notable name that hasn't been there for the voluntary workouts here at the beginning of the offseason for the Arizona Cardinals. That is because over the first 2 days of OTAs, Josh Sweat has also been absent from OTAs. Now, we have to piece together 2 bits of information to kind of put this puzzle together. First, and everyone knows who I'm talking about when I say this, but there's a local radio host who reported that Josh Sweat is not hurt. So that's not the reason why he's not at OTAs. Then, Kyle Odegaard, who's a national NFL reporter, insider for the Cardinals, has reported some stuff in the past, quote tweeted that report yesterday and said the following, quote, don't know the exact reason for the absence, but I've been hearing for a while that Josh Sweat is not particularly happy in AZ, end quote. Now, this isn't Adam Schefter. This isn't Ian Rappaport. This isn't Tom Pelissaro. This isn't even that local radio host saying that he's unhappy. The local radio host would only go as far as saying he's not hurt. Now, you can try to read between the lines. I know I certainly am. So that begs the question, do the Cardinals have a problem here? Because this, I don't think, is a financial holdout. Sweat he's entering year 2 of a 4-year extension. Year 2. So just got the new money. So not in a position to renegotiate his current deal. Maybe halfway through, maybe after year 3, going into the last year of your deal, but not going into year 2 of what was a 4-year commitment. So I don't think it's a contractual holdout. Is it because Jonathan Gannon got fired? Sweat had a relationship with Gannon. Probably one of the selling points for coming here. The team didn't win a lot of games last year. The coach that probably had some level of recruitment into bringing him here is now gone. Does Josh Sweat want to continue his career in a place for a team that we don't think is going to win a lot of games this upcoming season? Is that what's going on here? And I'll tell you that if it's an actual issue with Josh Sweat that's keeping him away from the Cardinals, and he's not hurt, and that's what the reports say, he's not hurt, so he's not showing up for some reason or another. Maybe he's taking the voluntary part very seriously and just saying, you know what, I don't want to be around. But usually guys show up to OTAs if they're not in the middle of a contract dispute. Is this a problem the Cardinals can fix? Is this a problem they can actually address? Now, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but if this gets to a point where the Cardinals have to move on from Josh Sweat, and again, this is me putting the cart in front of the horse. If this is a real problem, and this turns into a full-blown holdout where Sweat wants to get traded, he wants to go play someplace else, the Cardinals' pick of Jeremiah Love at number 3 overall is going to continue to age very poorly. Because they had a chance at number 3 to draft Arvell Reese to help in their pass rush department, and they decided to go with the running back. It's just going to make that age poorly. Now, again, we are a long way away from that being a reality. But I think I owe you, the listener, my exact thoughts as they pop into my brain. That's what I thought of today. I thought if this is a serious problem and they actually have to move on from him, it's going to make their pick of Jeremiah Love look even more foolish than it did in the moment. Now, again, we've got a long way to go on this journey. But him not being at OTAs right now is significant, especially when we've learned it's not because he's hurt. If he's hurt, it's easy to say, okay, he's doing stuff on the side. There's no reason for him to be there because he can't actually work out with the team. Let's wait till training camp and let's see what it looks like then. But he's not sitting out because he's hurt. He's just not showing up to OTAs. So something is wrong. Something pushed Josh Sweat to the point where he said, I'm not going to go to OTAs. Right. Voluntary or involuntary, he made that decision because of a reason.
But this isn't the first time we've heard about him being upset. It was right after the season that it started to come out that maybe Josh Sweat was a little upset, especially after Gannon was let go, and maybe he didn't want to be here. And I think that story kind of got blown over, but now it's looking like, okay, maybe there was some truth in that. Maybe there was a real conversation in there that we didn't have right away. And now that he's sitting out of OTAs, it's just amplified that he doesn't want to be here anymore. It's clear. He does not want to be here, to me.
See, I don't know if I'm willing to go that far just yet. I mean, he could just have decided, you know what? This is how I'm going to maintain my body, my health, to be ready for the regular season.
And maybe you're right.
He knows the system, right? It's the same DC. So it's not like there's new verbiage that he's got to come in and learn. It's a system that he's familiar with. It's a system that, he ran last year. Now, yes, from a leadership perspective, would I like Josh Sweat to be out there right now for the new head coach? Absolutely.
Is it coincidence that right after they fired Gannon, you heard he was unhappy? Maybe. Maybe that's coincidence because somebody had said that because he was under Gannon in Philadelphia. He follows Gannon here. Maybe that's true. Okay. I'll give you that. Let's just give you that. He wants to play for JG, comes to Arizona here after JG gets fired. He's not happy. Then he doesn't show up to OTAs. Am I going to believe in two coincidences? All of this after winning 3 games? All of this after the guy he seemingly followed here gets fired?
You're saying too many things.
These things are stacking up now.
Things are stacking up that it's not a coincidence anymore. You think there's something more going on.
1, sure. We're at 3 now.
I mean, I get it. I understand it. Can I give you my only pushback?
Yeah.
It's OTAs. Like, we're still really early on. That if he shows up to training camp, this is a non-story, and we probably feel a little foolish for even bringing it up, right? But when you see the report that he's not happy, right? That's where you start to go, there may be a little more here. And we just don't know because it's reports. It's not a Adam Schefter tweet saying that Josh Sweat has requested a trade. Because here's the thing that I would say to you. If he was unhappy at the end of the season, if he was unhappy after Gannon got fired, he didn't request a trade? He didn't leak to the media through his agent that he requested a trade?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Like, we've gotten all the way to here, and we haven't heard a peep about that. Now, that hasn't stopped other teams from saying, like Green Bay, for example, because they have Gannon. I've seen a ton of pieces throughout the offseason in Green Bay of saying, oh, maybe the Cardinals will move on from Sweat and the Packers can trade for him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that hasn't stopped that.
Obviously, for me, I'm on Eagles Twitter every third day is about a possible reunion with Josh Sweat.
But we haven't gotten the full-blown notes app screenshots like Micah Parsons in Dallas last year, right? Like, we haven't gotten that from Josh Sweat. It's been relatively quiet. So I hear you. These things are kind of looking like they're connected. They look like more than just mere coincidences. But the one thing that feels pretty easy if he was unhappy, which is requesting a trade and it becoming public, that part of it hasn't happened. Because just because he requests a trade doesn't mean the Cardinals have to honor it. The Cardinals can say, no, we're not trading you. But the fact that we haven't gotten that news yet, that at any point this offseason he's requested a trade, that to me tells me, how unhappy is he really? Because if he was that unhappy, you wouldn't wait until May or June to request a trade, would you? Maybe because that's how you get the most leverage?
You would do it way earlier.
So I don't know. My answer is I don't know what's going on here. All I know right now is he's not at OTAs. He's reportedly unhappy. It's not because he's hurt. And I do think this is something worth monitoring. Now, it's OTAs. You get concerned when this gets to training camp and preseason games and the month of August. That's when you get concerned. So my concern level is still relatively low, but I'm keeping an eye on this.
It's something to watch because
I don't think it's nothing. I don't know if it's something, but I don't think it's nothing.
You opened the segment or said this in the first 2 minutes of us talking about it. The amplification it would put on taking Jeremiah Love at 3, it would just get worse by the day.
I'm sorry to bring it up, but it is one of the things I thought about this morning.
I didn't agree with it when they made the pick.
Talking about this story.
Imagine if they knew this internally and then still made the pick.
And that's where it's a problem.
Because I would have a hard time believing that if he's not showing up to OTAs and all of this is true, that this is the first they've heard about it. I would have a really hard time believing that. And then I would say there is no justification now for the Jeremiah Love pick.
If we get the leak that he requested a move earlier in the offseason and they were able to keep it under wraps and they didn't make the move and they drafted Jeremiah Love anyway with that knowledge, I don't think there's any defending that.
There isn't.
From an organizational perspective, because we talk about the 5-pillar positions here on this show. That's a 5-pillar position that then was open, and you didn't address it.
I would sit here and argue with you right now. That's the second most important position on the field.
Outside of quarterback?
Outside of quarterback.
Yeah, either that or left tackle.
Right, like that's the kind of importance we put on edge rusher.
Especially in today's league, you have to be able to neutralize the quarterback.
In their division?
Of course. So again, this is the ball of yarn that's been presented to us with the news that we've learned over the last, 18 hours or so. Let's see. Let's see if this is just a nothing burger and he shows up at some point, or he shows up at training camp and it's not a problem, or if these reports that he's unhappy, if he isn't really hurt and he's holding out for a different reason, financial or whatever the case may be, then it becomes a little bit of a story. But right now, I think it's something just to monitor because it's obviously not good. It's not good that he's not there right now. Ideally, he would be there for Mike LaFleur, for Nick Rollis, being a leader, working out in OTAs. That's the ideal scenario. So this is less than ideal. Is it serious? Is it a problem? Is it, our favorite word, troubling? I don't think we're there yet, but I'm monitoring.
You don't think it's a troubling yet?
No,
I think troubling is like a step below problem.
No, troubling is, I think, sound the alarms. I think that's...
You think that's the...
Yeah. I think worried is a step below troubling.
Yes.
I think alarmed is in between worried and troubling.
I think that's fair.
I think you're worried about something, you're alarmed about something, and then you're troubled by something. And I think if we get to troubled...
He's gone.
He's gone. I'm not even at worried yet.
I would say I'm leaning towards worried. Just because, again, it's not the first I've heard about this.
That's the only thing that puts you in that camp. Because everything else about football tells you that these things happen all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
but, like, I can't remember what day it was. You weren't here for a show. I did a solo show, and I opened with this.
With sweat?
With the sweat. Yeah, I can find the day, but... I opened. Do you know the last time you would have been off?
The last time I would have been off?
Yeah.
No.
I don't
Well,
know.
it was a couple of Mondays ago. I was sick. But it wasn't then. I think it had to have been before that. So I don't know the last time.
Last time you took a vacation, maybe?
That was in March. That was the week of free agency.
So what is that, March?
The legal
8th?
tampering was like the 11th?
The 11th?
Or the 13th?
Suns, nope.
You're looking at the rundowns?
Yeah, March 12th. I opened, just me, Josh Sweat, reportedly unhappy.
Right, but see, reportedly unhappy, not reportedly requested a trade. And there's a difference between those two things that I think is very important for this conversation.
Yes.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it was another classic conference finals game last night, and it was another example of how behind the Suns are. That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Drivers, start your engine!
The NTT IndyCar Series is back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500.
White flag is in the hands of Aaron Lycan. Alex Below sweeps underneath that white flag and darts his way into turn number one. Erickson, though, charging into the shorts.
Now, stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing. Live Sunday, May 24th.
Starting at 8 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ringo Starr and his all-star band. With friends, Steve Lukather from Toto. From Men at Work, Colin Hay. From Average White Band, Hamish Stewart. Friday, June 12th at 7:30 p.m., Yamage Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Danny Zalesko Presents.
The savings are heating up during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on now at Mark Kia in Scottsdale. Right now, receive 0% APR for up to 72 months on a brand new 2025 Kia EV6, plus an additional $3,500 dealer bonus cash.
You heard right, 0%. And at Mark Kia, what you see is what you get. We have transparent pricing with no hidden fees or unnecessary dealer add-ons. Go to markkia.com for all the details.
The name to remember, Mark Kia. Mark Kia. Offer only through Kia Motors Finance. Offer expires June 1st, 2026.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
When it comes to your electric bill, saving energy means saving money. That's why SRP offers many ways to help you cut costs and boost comfort. From rebates and discounts that can save you thousands of dollars, to expert insights that can help make your home more energy efficient. SRP has tools and programs that give you many ways to save. Explore your options today at srp.net/savings. That's srp.net/savings.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
The Dan Patrick Show. As the Spurs surprised the Thunder in double overtime, 122-115. As Wemby goes for 41 points. OKC allowed San Antonio to steal this one because you don't have De'Aaron Fox. And I was curious if I was going to match the San Antonio Spurs with the national champion Michigan Wolverines. The average age of the Spurs starting lineup is 22 years, 246 days. The average age of Michigan, 21 and a half years of age.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m.
The first time ever that game one of both the Western and Eastern Conference Finals went to overtime. The Knicks ended the game, including overtime, on a 44-11 run. At one point, they had an 18-1 run in the fourth quarter before the Cavs decided to, try to put a stop to things. And the Knicks come storming back to take game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. And Jalen Brunson took over the game late in the fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell was great for the Cavs. And the Knicks made a 22-point comeback. And breaking news sounder, please. Breaking news sounder. The New York Knicks, your Eastern Conference champions. I mean, you don't come back from that.
No.
You don't come back from a 22-point lead on the road in MSG against a team that you are underdogs to. They're rusty because they swept the 76ers. You caught them a little bit. You have a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter. You're going to do the thing you're supposed to do, which is steal a game on the road. You're going to demoralize the team. You're going to demoralize the Knicks fan base. And instead, you allow them to do what Indiana did to them a year ago. Remember, Halliburton down 9 points, doing the Reggie Miller choke symbol after he knocks down the three. That's what happened to the Knicks in game one last year. They got to serve a little bit of that medicine to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's over. Over. Capital letters OVER. The Knicks will be going to the NBA Finals. You, as the Cavs, cannot let that happen. If you're Kenny Atkinson, you cannot let that happen. If you're Donovan Mitchell, if you're James Harden, you can't let that happen. You cannot. A 0.1% chance to win the game the Knicks had when they were down 22.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
An epic collapse last night.
Fell apart at the seams, Cleveland did. And you're right. It's one of those games you don't come back from a thing like that. And if you do, it's very impressive. But to this point, how often do you see a team come back from something like that?
And I'll tell you this. The other thing I thought of while watching this game last night, it was a similar thing that I thought watching the Thunder and the Spurs in game one. The Suns are very behind everybody else right now in the NBA. And this may bother some people. it hurts for me to say because I've kind of been a defender of this guy. The Suns don't have a Jalen Brunson. The Suns don't have a Donovan Mitchell. The Suns don't have an SGA. The Suns don't have a Wemby. I like Devin Booker. I defend Devin Booker more than most. I think the Suns are right to keep Devin Booker and to try to build around him. But I don't think at this stage of his career, he can do what Jalen Brunson did last night for the Knicks, or what Donovan Mitchell did in the first half for the Cavs, or what SGA did, back-to-back MVPs, or what Wemby does. I don't think Devin Booker can be that type of player for the Phoenix Suns, and that's a concern because you need that type of player. Look at the 4 teams that are still left. They have that type of player. And I just don't think Devin Booker is that type of player at this stage of his career.
Yeah, I don't either. And you look around, and it just doesn't feel like he can. I'm sure, maybe it doesn't feel like he has taken over games. Like I watched Jalen Brunson take over that game last night. Even when they were in the NBA Finals. Like I don't remember him taking over games like that. Like where every time, gosh, this ball needs to hit Brunson's hands down the floor.
You mentioned this. Not being able to remember a time where he took over the game. Remember what the conversation was after they lost to Portland, before they played Golden State. It was, this is a Devin Booker legacy game because of how missing he went in the fourth quarter against Portland. He was nowhere to be seen. Now, fortunately for him, Jalen Green went off against Golden State, and so he didn't need to play a central role in that. But that was the conversation in the lead up to that game.
And then that conversation kind of ended because nobody expected them to even compete with the Thunder.
Right.
So you didn't really come back to it. But I don't remember a time, even going back all the way to the finals, where he took over a game and you were just like, Devin Booker's gonna win them this game.
In a big spot, right?
In a big spot. Like the only thing I can think of is the bubble game.
Okay.
And like I'm going back to 2020 in a game that didn't matter.
That's 6 years ago.
That's the only one I can remember, though.
Like Wemby went for 41 and 24.
He was the best player on the floor the entire night.
Hits that big 3.
I don't know if you in a big game have ever said Devin Booker was the best player on the floor wire to wire.
That's why I said the Suns are behind, because I don't think they have that. They don't have what the Knicks had last night in Jalen Brunson, or what the Spurs have in Wemby, or what OKC has in SGA, or even what the Cavs had in Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell was the best player through the first 3.5 quarters of that game.
Correct. Wasn't even close, actually.
And then Jalen Brunson said, watch this. And then Jalen Brunson took over. And so the Suns need to stay the course. The Suns need to continue to build because they don't have the firepower to compete with that.
No, and you watched last night and you can't see it.
I can't.
You can't see it. And you watch the Western Conference Finals, you certainly couldn't see it. And then you watch even last night and you feel the same way when all the talk over the last few weeks has been, well, the West, you can't compete in the West. But in the East, it's like I just watched the Eastern Conference Finals. Both of those teams are sweeping this year's Suns team.
And that doesn't mean what the Suns are doing is wrong.
No.
It doesn't mean they're not.
No, I think it's just to go back to the analogy we used yesterday, they're running a marathon. They're moving forward and they're jogging.
Right.
I think today I looked at they are farther back than I had originally thought 3 days ago.
Let's use the marathon analogy. All of these teams, they're running in the New York City Marathon, right? They're running in the creme de la creme, the top.
Correct.
We're running in the local 5K. We're running in the local high school 5K for charity.
And you're moving
that's
up.
The race we're running. We're moving up. We're training. We're getting ready. We're getting prepared. But we're not ready to enter ourselves into the New York City Marathon. We can't run that race right now. We can run this race, and we can run this race really well. And then we're going to move up. We're going to do the 10K. That's the next jump for us. But the New York City Marathon, the big boy, no, we're not ready for that.
No, and it becomes evidently clear every time you watch one of these other games. Tonight, you'll watch Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, and I'm sure we'll be feeling the same way.
480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, yes, I want to talk about it today. When might Torey Lovello get an extension? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Somber presents You Are the Reason Tour. Fresh from selling out shows all around the world. See Somber live in Glendale. Desert Diamond Arena, October 14th, with special guests Tom Odell and The Help. Get tickets now at sombermusic.com.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk diamond sourcing. Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As one of 3 diamond sourcing experts, I'm going to explain just how differently we source our diamonds and why that guarantees your engagement ring will be the most beautiful. For starters, there's no middleman. We source directly from trusted industry leaders we've partnered with for generations. We work with them in person and negotiate on our customers' behalf so they get the best prices possible. We also pay our partners in cash, and in return, they reserve the most beautiful diamonds just for us. I handpick and inspect each stone under 10 times magnification. Other jewelers use the Diamond Database to buy stones sight unseen with grainy pictures and videos. When you purchase a diamond engagement ring with Shane Company, you can trust that me and my team have personally handpicked your stone for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com to find yours. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Hey listeners, it's Vince DeLisio with the Varsity Sports Show. Tune in Saturday morning for our annual Memorial Day special, where I'll be joined by members of our new summer intern team, a few special military veterans, and legendary broadcaster Dick Stockton. I can't wait. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS, Arizona.
We got into this a little bit yesterday. Because our good buddy Brian wanted to talk about Torey Lovello's job security. That led us to mentioning that this is the last year of Torey's deal. And then I think it was John in the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live chat that wondered if an extension, if it were to come for Torey, would it happen in August towards the end of the season? And I had producer Evan pull this for me. That when we did this song and dance back in 2023, and in 2023, Torey started the year as a lame duck manager. They got off to a good start. He got a 1-year extension. They then went to the World Series, had a great postseason run, and then at the end of that run, in the offseason, they gave him an extra 2 years that leads us to this season being the last year on that deal. So back in 2023, when he got the first of the 2 extensions, the original 1-year extension, he got that on June 4th. On June 4th, Torey got the 1-year extension. On June 4th, they were 33-23 through the month of May. So Torey got his extension. The team is playing around 10 games above 500. Right now, as we sit here today, they are 24-23. Just one game above 500. A chance to sweep today, a chance to be 2 games above 500, a chance to win 4 in a row for the second time this season. And so I would make the case to all of you today that with the way this team is currently playing, and with having a almost carbon copy precedent here, this was the exact situation that they had in 2023. If they attack this 13-game stretch the way they've started it, I would not be surprised if before the All-Star break, Torey Lovello gets a 1-year extension. It would not surprise me if they follow the exact same script. They're 1 game above 500 right now, could be 2 by the end of the day. If we get to the middle of June and they're around 8 to 10 games above 500 like they were the last time around, again, that's the example. They gave him a 1-year extension, not a multi-year deal, just a 1-year, hey, you're not a lame duck anymore. You can go out there and be pressure-free to try to get this team into the postseason. And then when he managed them all the way to the World Series, the team felt like that deserved a little more, so he got an extra 2 years. So I know that's probably not what many of you want to hear today. But if they continue to play the way they've been playing the last week or so, he's going to be in a spot record-wise where he can point to 2023 and say, you gave me an extension last time around, and I had done this. And it's almost a very similar circumstance, right? Because the 2023 team wasn't supposed to be great on paper, got off to a really hot start, so they gave him the extension. Now, this team didn't get off to a hot start, but the expectations were kind of muted. They were kind of neutered a little bit. And they've gone out there, and they are in the thick of it right now in the wild card race. So I'm sorry to tell you, but I think Torey is putting himself in a spot where he's going to get that 1-year extension, and it's going to be well before August, and I think it's going to be well before the All-Star break.
Yeah, and I think if he gets it, it will be before the All-Star break. I don't think they get to a spot where he's signing one in September, just because
I don't think you want to do that, right?
If you're in a run or anything like that, you just don't want to worry about that. So if they get it done, they're going to want to get it done early. They're going to want to get it done in June, in July. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. 1 game over 500 isn't enough for me to extend him now. If they go through this next stretch, and let's say they win, 7 games of the next 8, and now you're looking at a team that's 7 games over 500, I think this becomes really real. On the scale of worried, troubled, alarmed, in the possibility, likely reality, I think it's a possibility right now. Let's see how they play today. Let's see how they play in this next couple series. Then it goes to possibility into reality. Remember, 10 games over 500 is really good.
Yeah, they were a really good team.
They were a really good team. So they are not that team. 1 game over 500 is very different than 10 games over 500. 10 games over 500 puts you in the conversation for the division. 1 game puts you out of a wild card spot by a couple games. So you're going to need to go on a little bit of a run here if you want to extend him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put a deal in front of him today. I don't think they're going to put a deal in front of him tomorrow.
I don't expect it. It won't come in May.
I'll take the over on June 4th, which was the date last time around.
Yeah,
it will be after that date for sure.
What about the under? Would you take the under on mid-July? I guess it just really depends on how good you think the team is.
If they play the way they're playing now, then I would take the under on July. If they get to the All-Star break and they haven't offered one to him, I don't know if he gets one.
What's the number?
That doesn't mean he's not the manager next season.
Just means he wouldn't get one mid-season.
It just means that this is going to be a October-November conversation.
No, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
And maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe they want to see a full season and then have this debrief in November.
Let's see what it looks like in September, right? Because you've missed it by one game last couple of years. So
if it happens again, do you make a change, right? So they're going to have to play.
I also think they're probably going to want to see what it looks like when the full bullpen's back healthy.
Right. Today, no. In the future, next couple of weeks, possibly if they continue to play well. Hour number 2 of the program coming up next. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free. The consultation is free. And you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-863-1010. That's 800-863-1010. 800-863-1010. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Come see us at Mark Mazda Scottsdale. Right now, you can receive 0% financing for up to 72 months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like the brand new 2026 Mazda CX-90 PHEV.
The name to remember? Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you. It's time for the hottest takes in the Valley. It's time for buy or sell.
I gotta tell you, I'm having some Google Drive issues today.
Oh no,
my page keeps freezing. It's not a huge issue.
Worried, alarmed, or troubled?
Worried.
By the way, that may be a new segment for us. Write that one down. Write that one down. Worried, alarmed, or troubled.
After every loss for the, I would write it down if I could.
Troubling. I think this is I think we're troubled. We can't write these things down. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
After every Cardinals loss, you want to do this?
Yeah.
Is that what you were going to say? Worried, alarmed, or troubled?
Yes.
I mean, can we do a whole segment about that? It feels like worried, alarmed, or troubled feels like the sister to buy or sell, right?
Yes.
Because buy or sell is you give me something, I say buy, sell.
Maybe I'll just throw one into buy or sell.
Today?
No, just like in
general.
the future. Like this one's a worried, alarmed, or trouble.
Okay. We'll give it a little test run during buy or sell, and we'll see if it can be its own thing.
A Watt. You like that?
Worry, alarm, troubled. And then if we get another team, we can do the Watt like JJ. And TJ.
Yes. The Knicks.
Somebody on the YouTube will give us another
Yes.
T for the scale.
The Knicks will sweep the Eastern Conference Finals.
I dropped my highlighter. Hold on.
You don't come back from something like that. It is so hard to come back after a 22-point blown lead.
Yes, but it's also hard to come back from a 22-point blown lead when you're the underdog in the series. Like, if you're the favorite,
it's one thing.
It's easier to say, hey, we're the better team. We let this one slip away. We took our foot off the gas pedal. When you're the underdog, it's very easy for you to start to think, that was our best shot. That was it.
That was the game.
We got the Knicks. They were rusty because they swept in the previous round. We were in our flow state because we had just played a grueling series that we won. It took them too long to get into it, and we're going to take full advantage. We're going to have a 1-0 series lead, and now they're going to be thinking about it. But instead, you lost the game. And so now you gave your best shot. The Knicks took your best shot. Now, when you start to throw those jabs, they're in the fight now. They're prepared. The 6-month layoff is over, right? When boxers come out of lengthy retirements, you're always worried about the first round or two.
But
once they get punched a couple of times and they're in the fight, now it's like riding the bike. They're back in it. The Knicks are back in it. And oh, by the way, they're up 1-0 on you because you blew a 22-point lead. And your coach stood on the sidelines and watched it all happen.
And didn't know what to do.
This is one of those rare times where I think I can say this and it'll be true. I would have done a better job as the coach.
You ever seen, obviously you have seen it, but you know the scene at the end of Miracle when the Russians didn't pull the goalie. The Soviet Union did not pull the goalie down 1 to the U.S. with 2 minutes left, right? Because they didn't know how to handle that situation. And the scene in the movie is Herb Brooks looks over and goes, he doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what to do.
And for the first, it felt like that last night.
Yeah.
The Cavs didn't know what to do.
Kenny Atkinson didn't know what to do.
And this thing was falling, and it wasn't just Kenny Atkinson. It was the entire bench. They were watching this whole thing, and nobody knew what to do.
He had the wrong personnel out there.
It was really, really bad. It was really bad. It's hard to watch. And
it wasn't hard to watch for somebody who grew up in New York, but I enjoyed it tremendously. I'm not a Knicks fan per se.
You're a Knicks supporter.
I'm a supporter because I know a lot of friends who are diehard basketball fans that have been waiting their entire lives. I'm 31 years old. We've been waiting our entire lives to have the Knicks be this good. So
in your lifetime, have they been to an Eastern Conference Finals?
Last year.
Oh yeah, last year.
But other than that, it has been few and far between.
Yeah.
So I root for them to win for my friends who are fans. And
I think that's very fair.
And so for them last night, I was, jumping up and down. But if you're in Cleveland today, I mean, that's it. It's over. Start planning your vacation.
It certainly feels like it is over.
Hold on, I'll tell you exactly when you can book your flights. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Game 2 is going to be Thursday, May 21st. Game 3, Tuesday, May 26th. You're good, man. Book.
Go wherever you like.
Go wherever you like. You're going to have a ton of free time.
You can go wherever you like.
Go wherever you want.
Ketel Marte's home run will send him on a hot streak.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you have a moment like that, and you've been going through it this season the way Ketel has, right? This isn't a case of Ketel Marte not being there for his team because he's hurt. This is a case of Ketel Marte has been there for his team and in the lineup every day.
And has not been good.
And he's just not getting the results. And I don't know because I wasn't a professional athlete anywhere close to that level.
What?
I know, shocking. But I have to wonder if that is harder than trying to come back from being hurt. Because if you're hurt, there's the built-in excuse of I'm not 100%. If I'm coming back from an injury, I can't help this team because I got to get back to 100%. And then when I do, I'll be able to contribute. This is a case of I'm not hurt. Nothing's like materially wrong with me. Yet I can't put up the numbers that I need to. And they're showing because I got the game on in here.
Yeah.
He's 5 for 13 in his last 3 games. A 1092 OPS. He's hitting 383. The switch has flipped, and he is now helping this team in a way that he wasn't for the previous 44 games. And I wonder the mental toll that takes on a player of his caliber when he's been that guy in the past, that you start to question everything. When you're hurt, all you're questioning is, I got to get healthy. But in this, you question, is my swing wrong? Is my approach wrong? And that's how it starts to carry into the field and you make mistakes. Not saying that's happening with Ketel, but that's how that stuff tends to happen.
So yes and no. So I agree with you. It becomes more of a mental game. But in the part of coming back from injury and struggling, at what point do you start to wonder, oh man, like, do I not have that same pop I used to have?
No, of course.
And you are going to wonder that naturally just coming back from injury. So you don't have to deal with that. You still have it.
I just wonder if being in the lineup every day and over and over and over again not coming through just takes a different mental toll.
Well, now you can't now because he's swinging a good bat right now. At what point would you have given him a day off?
Right. I don't know. I don't know what you would have done.
Because eventually that conversation would have come up.
They gave Corbin the day off today.
Yeah, they did.
Because he got hit in the head last night.
That, by the way.
And Torey said pregame that he's been looking for a day to try to give Corbin the day off, and that he basically admitted, I'm kind of using this as the excuse to be like, hey, dude, you got hit in the head with a baseball last night without a helmet on. I've been trying to give you a day off. I'm going to sit you down.
We got to work on the helmets.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a helmet out there that Corbin's going to be able to keep on if he hits a ball into the gap.
Every runner ever slides into third, no helmet. How is everybody losing helmets? These things never stay on. They're coming off so easily when people are running that I don't know how they're not coming down onto people's eyes like this.
I don't think
there's a solid demonstration.
I don't think there's a helmet in existence that would stay on Corbin Carroll's head.
The Little League helmets.
Somehow those would find a way. Because he would throw it off. It would bother him. He would throw it off in the middle of running.
Yeah, he would throw it off. It's just, I don't know. It's so egregious that all the time these guys are running in to third base.
Well, and then like Corbin is trying to score on the play and he's holding the back of his head.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody in the building today, and we have this phrase that we say to each other all the time. Every day in baseball is the day to see something you've never seen before. Every day. Every day is an opportunity. And every day you see something you've never seen before in the sport of baseball. That's why I love it so much.
Yesterday you saw it again.
You saw it again.
Josh Sweat won't play week 1 for the Cardinals.
No, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I think that is jumping. I mean, you're trying to cut the line at Disney World. Like, you're trying to jump in front of everybody.
I know, but I had to ask that one.
We've got a 2-hour wait. Get in line, okay? Get your fast pass. Come back a couple hours later. No, you're jumping way too far. You jumped in the book to the ending chapter. We are in chapter 2. We got a long way to go. It's a long book.
We talked about...
Just one more time for good measure. I'm out on that take.
We talked about 9 wins in this 13-game stretch. With how they've played, I now think it should be 10 or more.
I'll especially feel this way if they win again today. If they pull off the sweep and they're 5-1 in the first 6 with 7 to go, you're telling me 4-3 is what they're going to go the rest of the way? That feels wrong, right? That feels almost unacceptable.
Yeah, you would be really upset. You'd be really upset. After going 5-1, you go 4-3, you'd be really upset.
So you're thinking like 5-2 then, if you win today. And that would be 10-3. That would move the bar to at least 10-3.
If you go 5-2, yeah.
I would say 10-3 becomes the new bar if they win today.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, I'll admit we're moving the goalposts a little bit, but when you play this well, I think.
But I say this all the time: expectations alter how you play things, or how you've played alter how you should deal with certain situations, right?
Yeah, I mean,
we talk about that in the case of football a lot,
right,
taking it versus going for it.
When I get more information,
I can now make
a more informed decision.
Yes.
And so my new informed decision is they should win more than 9 games during this stretch.
100%. They have to. I think they have to. So, yeah. Yep. Okay, this next one, I don't know how you're going to feel about it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm not ready. Hold on. Let me move this over here. Okay.
The Suns won't bring back any of their big free agents this offseason.
No. I don't think after all they said about continuity, you're telling me that Gillespie, Goodwin, and Mark Williams are all going to go?
That's what I'm telling. Well, that's what the buyer sells.
Yeah, no, I can't see a world.
I don't know if I believe that. That's what the buyer sells.
I can see. Yeah, this was not you, the buyer sell. You don't think that. The buyer sell thinks that. Even though you're the person who puts together the buyer sell.
Correct.
But it's 2 independent entities. No. Do I think all 3 come back? No, I don't think that. I think somebody is playing elsewhere next season. But I think Colin Gillespie is back. At least. Bare minimum, I think he's back.
Merrill Kelly will give the D-backs another 7-inning plus performance today.
I mean, I was just working through it in my head. I can't say what I said on Monday, that Merrill Kelly is back, and then hit you with the, I just couldn't do it. 7 is strong, but I said Merrill Kelly is back. This is a bad Giants team.
This is an opportunity for him to get another good start because, like you said, it's a bad Giants team with a really bad offense. A team that cannot score.
They also don't play great defense.
Yeah.
They're not the best defense. Although Rafael Devers, with one of the best defensive innings you'll ever see last night.
Also hit a rocket.
That ball was smoked. That ball was gone. Yeah. Ryan Nelson. It's a pop-up. Hey, Ryan, can you get that for me? Ryan talking to the other Ryan. Nelson to Waldschmidt. Could you get that for me? No, sorry.
Back on the concourse. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, that ball was... Somebody's walking by with a plate of nachos. Ball just comes rolling by him.
Seriously, how many times have you walked on that center field concourse and thought, man, this is far?
Yeah.
Nobody's hitting it up here.
Well, somebody did yesterday, and that somebody was Rafael Devers. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, it is a dueling draft. We're drafting barbecue foods. We're doing it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
ASU baseball begins their run in the Big 12 baseball tournament presented by Allstate right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Thursday night as they take on Cincinnati. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Surprise Stadium in Surprise. It's ASU versus Cincinnati this Thursday night. Pregame at 7:45 p.m. and first pitch at 8 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUSNC.com and the KDUS app.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
You want to know why you should call the accident attorneys at Sweet James if you were in a crash? Check this out. A Sweet James client was riding his motorcycle on the freeway. A car crossed into his lane and knocked him off his bike. His accident left him with fractures and spinal injuries, needing multiple surgeries. He called Sweet James. Here's what happened next. The attorneys at Sweet James stepped in, fought back, and delivered a win of $2.25 million. They can't guarantee the outcome. Results vary, but experience matters. If you're hurt in a wreck, call the accident attorneys at Sweet James for a free case review at 800-9-MILLION, 800-900-0000, and sweetjames.com. Pay nothing until they win.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-MILLION. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
Weezer, The Gathering, live in Phoenix. Playing at Mortgage Matchup Center October 20th with special guests The Shins and Silver Sun Pickups. Get tickets now at livenation.com. 3 incredible bands for one night only. Weezer, The Shins, and Silver Sun Pickups. For more, visit Weezer.com.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. Our strongest offer of the year is back. For a limited time only, get 50% off a new AC unit. That's half off a new air conditioning unit. And with Precision, you're not just getting a great price, you're getting it installed the right way by the #1 ranked company in the state. Plus, 5 years, 0% interest makes it even easier. Call 602-FIX-MY-AC and make the Precision decision today.
Precision decision with Precision Air.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. James Harden has become one of the harder players in the NBA to figure out. Some nights, he looks like one of the most gifted offensive players in the game. Then there are nights like last night where he barely resembled a startable player. For Cleveland, that inconsistency is becoming impossible to ignore. Last night marked the 6th time this postseason Harden finished with more turnovers than made field goals. For a player expected to improve a contender, those numbers are brutal. What makes it worse? His defensive performance is as concerning. The Cavs know what Harden is capable of at his best, and that's why they made the move in the first place. But postseason basketball is built on reliability, and now Cleveland doesn't know what version of Harden they can expect. Until Cleveland gets some level of consistency from Harden, fully buying into this team on a nightly basis is going to stay difficult. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Yokohama tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan, see their Yokohama test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
All right. We got a dueling draft here. It is Memorial Day weekend. Just a reminder, we're not here on Monday.
Reminding everybody,
no lunch break on Monday. We'll be back on Tuesday. And best show of the week on Friday. Solo Chris.
Since you've decided to do a show without me.
That's a very interesting way to describe that you, because we're off on Monday, want to have a longer vacation, so you're leaving on Thursday, and so I'm doing a solo show on Friday. That's a very interesting way to presented that I'm the one that's choosing to do the show without you when you're leaving the state tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to text me your
my weekend winners? Of course.
Okay.
You're going to have my weekend winners. Who knows? I may just call in for weekend winners.
We've got the technology. Just get you up there on the Zoom.
Yeah.
We could do that.
We could totally do that.
You'll screw up the time change.
You know what the problem is? I just thought about. I was like, I could just join the StreamYard.
Then
I can't run the audio to the board.
Well, then the radio audience doesn't hear you.
Doesn't hear me.
And that's the audience that
which would
make for a really awkward segment. Because in that, so the two worlds we have are that you join the StreamYard and the radio audience can't hear you, but the YouTube audience can. And so then the radio audience is just hearing me. Or we live in the world where you're on the Zoom and everybody can hear you, but the YouTube audience can't see you. And that's the better of the two
like
worlds.
The better
yes,
of
that's
the
the
two.
better choice. The better choice is everybody can at least hear you instead of alienating part of the audience.
I think that's very fair. Do you have your big board?
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Yes.
I'm doing this one off the top of the dome here.
Okay. I don't mind that at all.
Code says there should be some 4th and 5th round gems here. So it's Memorial Day. I would describe this as the unofficial start of the summer barbecue season.
I don't think it's unofficial. I just think it is.
You think it's official?
I think it is the official start of the summer barbecue season.
What do you think the internet's going to tell me when I ask it, when does barbecue season start?
What do you think?
How about this? I found a story. When does grilling season start? State by state guide.
Oh, see, I was going to say it changes. Grilling season may end here at Memorial Day.
No, grilling season never ends for me.
You break out the Blackstone yet?
No, you mean like for this summer? I haven't yet. No, I haven't.
When does it start?
The answers are, it depends, which is not really what I was looking for.
I'm finding this.
How about this? I saw 2 different stories. Memorial Day often marks the unofficial start of grilling season. And then another story that says barbecue season really kicks off on Memorial Day weekend.
Backyard barbecue season is widely considered to start on Memorial Day.
There you go.
And runs through...
I'm reading a story.
Through Labor Day. However, May is officially National Barbecue Month.
So we've got every reason in the world to do this list today. But I'm reading a story that says, when can I start grilling? And then it said Labor Day, for example, seems to be the unofficial marker of grilling season. No, it's not.
Labor Day?
Labor Day's in September.
Wrong.
That's I mean, you did it, but we've got a drop for this. No. We have a drop for this.
Where is it? Give me a second.
This is a drop. Wrong. Yeah.
There it is. In the Sun Belt, including Phoenix and Southern California,
That's us.
Grilling is a year-round affair.
That's right.
Those seasons typically peak during the milder fall, winter, and spring months to avoid extreme heat.
All right.
With that being said,
I have the first pick.
You do.
Do you want it?
No.
You sure?
Yes. You were not expecting me to say no.
I thought you would want the first overall pick.
No. Take it.
I think there's only one choice for the 1-1.
Go ahead.
Give me ribs.
Okay.
I just think that ribs, they're a messy food, obviously. That could
100%.
be that is the drawback to them. The versatility of the different seasonings, the different flavors.
You can prepare them in so many different ways.
Right. We could do St. Louis, we could do Memphis, we can do Nashville,
Carolina, if you're getting crazy.
A lot of Southwest, a lot of different ways that you can prepare your ribs in different seasonings and flavors and sauces. You can put them in the smoker for, days on end. A bunch of different ways that you can prepare ribs, and I think ribs are a staple of barbecue season, so I will take ribs as the 1-1.
I have 2 clarifying questions. Is that okay?
You're always allowed to ask clarifying questions. Now, my rulings are final.
Sides available?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Barbecue foods isn't just the meats. A good barbecue is not. We had this conversation a week ago.
Yes.
You got to have good sides.
And this is considered backyard barbecue.
I'm confused at why you're asking that question.
Because, like, if you went to a barbecue place, I don't think you could get a cheeseburger. But at a backyard barbecue,
I will tell you,
I think it is pivotal.
If you want to take a hamburger or a hot dog and waste a pick, that's all you, man. All you.
I'm just asking.
That's all you.
I'm not wasting a pick. 1-1 here. Ribs, it was a solid pick. It wasn't the right pick. Give me brisket.
That was the other one I considered, but I just kept coming back to ribs.
Yeah. Give me brisket. That is 2. And again, missed out on this. Give me mac and cheese.
Okay. You came out of the gate strong. You responded. What you're supposed to do when you have the 2 picks the way that our drafts work, you have to hold serve in the draft. You can't let it get back to me for 2, and I feel like I still have a good draft.
Yes.
You've now put a little pressure on me here to respond. That was good. Brisket, mac and cheese were a very good response from me. Now, do I want to stay in the meats department? I think I do. I'm debating going into desserts, and I think that's a little early for that.
Wow.
It's a little early.
See, I have a dessert I love specifically around the summer barbecue season. I don't think you're going to draft it, so I'm going to wait on it.
All right, give me corn on the cob.
That's such a good pick. I was hoping that got back to me.
No, it was either going to be the 2 or the 3. And so I just want to make sure I get it and I don't overthink it. And I make the right decision. All right, so now...
And specifically on the cob.
1,000%. Yeah, you got to give me the 2...
Specifically on the cob with the 2 things. You roll it in the butter.
On the side. Yeah, and then salt.
Do you ever do a little street corn?
Oh, delicious.
Delicious. Big on street corn.
I've got 2 in my mind. I don't want to say both of them out loud because I want to hope that one of them comes around to me with either 4 or 5. So I think I'm going to take what the right answer is here. And I'm going to double up on sides. Give me mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Yep. It's a good pick.
And again, the gravy is the important part, with the gravy.
Yeah, no, I have it written mashed potatoes
with
and gravy
yes, and
for
gravy.
you.
Yes.
I wouldn't cheat you like that. All right. After drafting brisket and mac and cheese with my first 2 selections.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you don't do it to me here.
Oh. Then I don't do it.
Well, I have something that I want to take at number 4 that I was going to take as early as 2.
Oh. Wow. That's crazy. Give me potato salad.
Okay. What a waste of a pick that was. You could have had that at number 5.
I mean,
because we know that I hate potato salad. So you could have had that with your last pick. What a waste of resources that was.
Next one, cornbread.
Again, another waste of a selection.
No way. No way.
I mean, I think you can,
wrong.
Yeah, I think
wrong. Cornbread is awesome.
I think you completely messed this up. I am going to take. Give me pulled pork. That's the one I wanted it to. I got 2 meats in here. I got 2 meats and 2 sides. Do I want a 3rd meat, or do I want?
I think I may have loaded up on sides too
much.
much.
Do I want a 3rd side? Sides that I'm considering. I don't know if I'm considering any sides, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, I got the 2 that I wanted. Mac and cheese would have been a good one. That was taken early. Good pick by you.
Code told me I took a punter and a kicker.
Yeah. I think it was bad. I think round 2 was bad for Evan.
Well,
I think
in fairness, I probably
cornbread.
got the best quarterback and edge rusher on the.
I mean, that's not true. There's an argument that I got the best player in the draft in ribs.
No,
and right now I've got the best value. I got pulled pork at 4. And are you ready for this? I'm gonna get this at 5. This is a summer staple.
What is it?
Give me a sausage. Give me a nice grilled with the char on it.
All right, I'm gonna do something.
Give me a sausage.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna drop an ad since only my picks are left for one of these. I'm gonna drop potato salad. I'm gonna draft cheeseburger. I feel like I need another staple meal.
Wait, I'm sorry. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm drafting cheeseburger
at 5,
but dropping potato salad.
No, you can't do that.
I've cut them.
But you don't get another pick.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You don't get another pick.
Yes, I do. Yes,
no, you absolutely do not.
I drop something.
You can't. It's a draft. We're not in free agency. This is not a post-June 1 cut.
Doesn't have to be a post-June 1. UDFAs are a thing. UDFAs are a thing.
Right. Okay, you have to. So Cheeseburger is your number 5 pick.
And okay, so do you want me to do a UDFA here?
No, these are the 5 that.
No, I'm dropping potato salad.
You can't drop potato
salad. And I'm adding banana pudding.
I'm not even acknowledging it. I'm not writing it down.
I am.
You can't draft
in
5.
In the official draft notes here, banana pudding is added.
You hate your draft so much that you want to. It's like the Cardinals taking Carson Beck at 65th overall and being like, what are we going to do with him? You drafted potato salad at number 3, and then you had buyer's remorse. That's on you. That's your fault. You couldn't build a roster like I had with ribs, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes with gravy, pulled pork, and sausage. Let me tell you, if you presented our 2 parties to the audience, they're not showing up at yours. They're coming to mine.
Brisket, the best meat on the table, though.
I mean, Coach said I'm building a dynasty, and I couldn't agree more. I got pulled pork and sausage with my last 2 picks, and I had the first overall pick. You got to pick twice in a row, and you didn't double up on meats.
Nobody has mac and cheese at your party, though.
I don't need mac and cheese when I've got corn on the cob, mashed potatoes with gravy, and all the meats you could want. You have one meat. You have brisket. And then you said, let me offer some cheeseburgers to some people. And instead, people are going to come over and get mac and cheese, potato salad, and cornbread.
I mean, all 3 of those are good sides.
What a disaster draft by you.
Can I ask you a question? A couple clarifying questions here.
You should have traded up for the number 1 pick.
No, I should not. Can I be honest with you? The problem was not the number 1 pick. I thought ribs was a huge misstep by you. Still do. Brisket over ribs any day of the week. Question for you, though. Did you ever consider drafting watermelon? It feels like a summer staple.
I thought about it.
I thought about it. Never seriously, it sounds like.
Also considered coleslaw, even though I'm not a fan. I thought that would make a more well-rounded group.
I agree. I knew you weren't going to take slaw, so then I thought maybe you would take potato salad.
You knew I wasn't going to take potato salad. You took it 3rd overall. I mean, that was just a mistake by you. To recap, I mean, I think there's a clear winner here today. In our dueling draft of barbecue foods. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that today.
You really are.
I don't know why. I took ribs, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes with gravy, pulled pork, and sausage.
I selected brisket, mac and cheese, cornbread, cheeseburgers, and banana pudding.
No, again, you took potato salad number 3. You can't just ignore a pick, okay? You made the pick. You got to live with the ramifications.
To recap, I think I won this one pretty handily.
I think a massive L for you. You're today on a dueling draft. Hey, we'll get him next time. Just go back to the drawing board, reset. You got the number 1 pick next week, so
you don't even know what next week.
Yeah, but you got the number 1 pick. That's a good asset to have, either because you can trade it or you can set the tone in the draft if you like the topic.
At least I didn't take R2D2 and the Mandalorian at 4 or 5 in a Star Wars draft. Terrible picks.
Again, I think I've won 3 drafts in a row.
No chance.
Put it up on social. Let's see. Let's see who wins. And you better put potato salad up there for you. I better not see banana pudding. Invalidates the whole thing.
That's what happened.
It invalidates the whole thing if you put banana pudding up there. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the Diamondbacks getting underway here shortly. Ryan Waldschmidt in the lineup today. Let's talk about the impact that he has had for this Diamondbacks team. That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Drivers, start your engine!
The NTT IndyCar Series is back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500.
White flag is in the hands of Aaron Lycan. Alex Below sweeps underneath that white flag and darts his way into turn number 1. Erickson, though, charging into the shorts.
Now, stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing. Live Sunday, May 24th.
Starting at 8 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
You're invited to a very special evening with Boz Scaggs, live in concert. Rhythm Review Tour 2026. Boz Scaggs performing all the hits and more for one night only. Live at Mesa Arts Center, Saturday, September 26th. Boz Scaggs, live in Mesa, Arizona. Get tickets now at mesaartscenter.com.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts, because this summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're taking a RAV4 to go fly fishing. Then we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire, because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Big fat news. Del yeah. Big fat tacos are back at Del Taco. Get these toasty flatbread tacos with seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or carne asada steak. Right now, grab 2 grilled chicken big fat tacos for just $6 small. Need a little something extra? For a limited time, score Del's classic snack tacos with seasoned beef and fresh house grated cheddar for just 59 cents each. Only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary. The Dan Patrick Show.
As the Spurs surprised the Thunder in double overtime, 122-115, as Wemby goes for 41 points. OKC allowed San Antonio to steal this one because you don't have De'Aaron Fox. And I was curious if I was going to match the San Antonio Spurs with the national champion Michigan Wolverines. The average age of the Spurs starting lineup is 22 years, 246 days. The average age of Michigan, 21 and a half years of age.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m.
The Diamondbacks getting underway here just a little bit. And I feel like we haven't done it enough justice, just how well Ryan Waldschmidt has played since being called up. Was at the center of the game last night, got the catcher's interference call that prolonged the inning in the 9th that set up the Ketel Marte walk-off 3-run home run. And so far, through the first 11 games of his big league career, Ryan Waldschmidt is doing exactly what he was doing down in Reno. He's hitting .294. He's got 6 RBIs, has stolen a couple of bases, a .368 on base percentage. But the thing that's probably the most impressive is the defense that you're getting out in center field. Because that was kind of the reason they were hanging on to Alec Thomas and Jorge Barosa as like a platoon out there in the outfield, was that the defense between those two guys was really, really good. And Ryan Waldschmidt has come up and he's made play after play after play. He's been able to hit. He's come through with big hits in big spots. And he's a top prospect that has lived up to the billing so far, and they've put him in that 9 spot. And normally, I don't want to say most teams, but in general, your 9 hitter isn't a super important role. But Torey Lovullo cares about who his 9 hitter is because he treats that person as a second leadoff guy. Like if you're put in the 9 spot by Torey Lovullo, there's a level of trust that he has in you. This is where Geraldo Perdomo lived for the longest time before necessity required him to be moved up to the top part of the lineup. And I think Torey likes now that he can put Perdomo in the top part of the lineup, but still have that second leadoff guy in the 9 spot. And that's where Ryan Waldschmidt is hitting today. And it allows Torey to play a lineup that I think he's more comfortable with. And that shows you the faith and trust that this organization already has in Waldschmidt just 11 games into his big league career, that they put him in there and they know he's going to be able to do exactly what you need him to do in that spot. He's been great. We said that we thought he could make an impact. We said that he could contribute to this team this year, and he's done that and then some.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a huge piece in their recent success. I mean, in his how many games this year, he's hitting 294 with a 368 on base percentage and OPS right around 800, just below 780, right? He hasn't left the yard yet in his big league career, but he's had some really nice at-bats.
And by the way, they're 7-3 when he starts. You know, those stats aren't the be-all, end-all, but they're 7-3 in games that he has started. 7-4 in games that he's appeared in because his major league debut was a pinch hit appearance against the Mets where he got a hit. But he is 7-3 as a starter. So he's been great. He's been fantastic. Diamondbacks are underway. They're down 1-0 early in the first inning, so they'll have to put together a comeback here if they're going to complete the sweep of the Giants. But Ryan Waldschmidt is lengthening that lineup like we thought he could in spring. And there was talks of him making the team out of camp. That's how good he performed in spring training. And you're seeing why he was the top prospect in the system. So just wanted to give him some love here because he's been fantastic. And again, when he's in the lineup, he's making things happen for this squad. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. I believe your mom has chimed in and said, shame on us for not including kebabs on our draft. Listen,
kebabs are solid.
It's only 10 picks. We can't get everything in there. I mean, at least my draft was better than your son's.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
I think you're making it worse than it was. Not a bad draft. And
it was pretty bad.
I still feel pretty good about it.
Hopefully you feel good about the leftovers because they're coming up next. All the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. Producer Evan will have them for us. We'll get to them when we come back. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
This is Lawbear. Nothing ruffles my fur more than insurance companies handing injured drivers lowball settlements. Lawbear Auto Accident Attorneys fight for every dollar you deserve. Hurry to lawbear.com. That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. Featuring Seether. Stained. October 13th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. With special guests, Hoobastank and Hinder. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the America First Credit Union Series.
When you hear crunch, whine, boing,
Alaskan AC will arrive to fix it in less than 24 hours from the first crunch,
whine, boing. No matter what kind of
crunch,
whine, or boing your AC is making.
We fix it on your schedule.
That's huge. We guarantee to be there in 24 hours or less, or the repair is free. We not only get there fast, we Polar Bear promise we'll get the job done right.
We believe you deserve fresh air free of humidity in every room of your home, and you should never hear crunch,
Whine. Boing.
If you do, call Alaskan AC, and we guarantee we'll be there in under 24 hours.
If we don't make it, your repair will be free.
No matter how big the crunch,
boing,
or whine.
Wait, I thought I was whine.
You're crunch.
I'm crunch. You're boing.
I don't think I'm boing. Gary's more of a boing than me.
William is crunch.
Schedule now and tell us who boing is. Only at AlaskanAC.com.
During the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event at Mark Kia, receive 0% APR for up to 72 months on the 2025 Kia EV6, plus $3,500 dealer bonus cash.
The name to remember, Mark Kia. Mark Kia. Offer expires June 1st, 2026.
Hey listeners, it's Vince D'Alicio with the Varsity Sports Show. Tune in Saturday morning for our annual Memorial Day special, where I'll be joined by members of our new summer intern team, a few special military veterans, and legendary broadcaster Dick Stockton. I can't wait. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS, Arizona.
Wrapping up today's edition of the show. It's the leftovers, all the stories we didn't get to. Producer Evan has them for us. Producer Evan, are you okay? You were a little upset during the break.
I gotta tell you, I think I'm getting punked.
Oh, you think somebody's trolling you today?
Somebody keeps calling and just immediately hanging up.
The moment you pick up the phone.
The moment I pick up the phone.
Maybe it's John. Maybe he's giving you a little taste of your own medicine.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, that would be a really long-term play there by John.
I mean, we're talking about a year plus after from when I hung up on John. It was like my second week of the show.
I don't think John's called in since. John's a YouTube-only guy now.
He definitely called in after that. John definitely did a pick segment, right?
I think John played against us in the picks, yeah.
Yeah. So John is called.
Now, we'll know if somebody is trolling you if it happens again now that we've mentioned it.
Yes. Yeah. No, if it happens again, somebody's trolling me. Joe Burrow, speaking of trolling.
I would say just put the call directly on the air, but that's a dangerous game that I don't think we should play.
You got to be ready on the tump.
Yeah, I would just not do that. Let's just make – you know what? Scratch that idea. That was a bad idea by me. Not my best.
Joe Burrow said, this is, quote, the most talented Bengals team I've ever been on.
The most talented Bengals team he's ever been on. He did go to the Super Bowl with his squad.
Yes.
So he's saying this team is better than that team.
Yes.
All right, Joe. Okay.
You don't have any thoughts on that?
I mean, there's no way for me to quantify whether or not he's correct.
No.
I find it hard to believe that this team is going to be better than the team that went to the Super Bowl. Because I still think the defense is a huge problem.
It's a massive
Burrow has been hurt the last couple of years. So my gut tells me I disagree with him, but there is no way to quantify it.
No, not at all.
Now, if this team wins the Super Bowl, he gets to throw that in our face.
Yes. Yankees ace Garrett Cole will pitch on Friday, and he will be officially back this season.
He missed all of last year and the beginning of this year recovering from Tommy John surgery. And I know there's a lot of buzz and excitement over him coming back. And, you know, we're going to feel that buzz and excitement here in a couple of weeks with Corbin Burns. But I'll just caution everybody, when guys come back from Tommy John surgery, it takes a little bit. There's some rust that you really have to shake off. And so it may not look super sharp at the beginning.
I don't think it will for at least until July or August.
For Cole?
Yeah.
I mean, he is an ace, right? So it wouldn't shock you if he was able to just hit the ground running.
But to be as good or as dominant as he was, I just don't see it for at least a month.
I would say the end of June is – here's what I would say. if I was a Yankees fan, and I'm saying this to kind of set the expectations for when Corbin Burns comes back, if I was a Yankee fan, I would not be concerned about Garrett Cole until the end of June.
Yes.
Whatever happens between now and the end of June, good or bad, and in the case of bad, I would chalk it up to he's coming off a Tommy John surgery. There's rust here. So I would give it until the end of June before I really start to take it seriously.
So before you really start to feel like it could be a real problem.
Yes.
The 4-time league MVP has announced that he plans to retire after the season. Who cares? I mean, if you're asking, the Steelers fans, probably the Packers fans. Who cares? Yep, but the 4-time league MVP will be retiring at the end of the season. Congratulations to him on what has been just a tremendous, tremendous season. Who cares? Again, I think Steelers fans care. Yeah. Who cares? Ronald Acuna, he'll be back today for the Braves. He is back from injury.
Played yesterday, didn't he? I thought I saw him in the box score yesterday.
Did he start?
This is where you tell me. I'm just telling you that I thought I saw him do something yesterday for the Braves. I was not watching the Braves. They took on the Marlins. I was not watching them.
Let's go to the box with the fish.
Acuna scored 3 times in return.
Yes, yeah. 1 hit, scored 3 times. Ronald Acuna's back. He scored 3 times yesterday.
It's okay. Listen, happens. Yeah, they need him. I mean, they're already off to a great start, but to get him back to be in the top of that lineup is only going to be an extra boost for them. I think they've only lost 1 series or 2 series all year.
Yeah, that's insane.
They've been just excellent.
It's something like they haven't lost a series at home or something.
I mean, let me look. I'll look real quick. They won the first series of the year against Kansas City, won the series against the A's. They split with the Diamondbacks. They won in Anaheim. They won in Cleveland. They won against Miami. They swept the Phillies. 3 of 4 against the Nationals. 2 of 3 against the Phillies. 2 of 3 against Detroit. A sweep of the Rockies. They lost the series to Seattle. 2 of 3 against the Braves. Yeah, they've lost 1 series all year. 1 series all year. Series to Seattle. That's it.
That's insane.
That's why they're, 33-16.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they've been by far the best team in baseball,
Correct.
Without a doubt. And it just continues to be that good. Giving you an update on the Diamondbacks, they immediately answer back. Because why wouldn't they? They're the answer back. And it is 1-1.
Man, be good to just finish off a sweep here, man.
And by the way, Ketel Marte led off the game with a double.
He did. He is back.
It's starting to feel like
he is back.
He is fully back.
6 for his last 14.
It's pretty good. Is that good?
That's good. That'll play.
That will play. That'll get you to where you need to be.
That's a Hall of Fame career if you do that.
The Dodgers last night, for only the second time this year, scored on Mason Miller on a sac fly from Andy Pages.
You're allowed to score against Mason Miller?
Yes.
I didn't know it was allowed.
For only the second time this year, Andy Pages creates a sac fly. Dodgers end up winning that one 5-4. What's been a really interesting race there here in the NL West between the Pods and the Dodgers at this point.
Yeah,
I didn't think the Padres would be this good. And I still don't think they've really played well.
Well, you just saw an offseason where they didn't do a whole lot.
They didn't do a lot. And Tatis's 1 home run hasn't been good.
Yeah, well, the power's gone.
I have no idea what happened.
Wow. I mean, I can speculate. The power hasn't been there since he got back from the suspension.
Not 40 homer power. Not 1.
No, but I'm just saying the power has been different since he came back from the suspension. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's see.
I'll leave it at that.
Let's see.
I mean, you're going to look at his home runs. He hit, 40-something right before?
He hit 25 last year.
Okay, what did he do the year before that?
21 in 100 games. See, that's...
I know, but they paid him all that money.
They played 100 games. He had 21 homers.
But they paid him all that money to be a 40 home run guy.
I know, but he posted an 832 and an 815 OPS.
I don't think it's...
And was a top 3 fielder in the sport.
I don't think it's all because of that, but it's certainly part of it. Certainly part of it. It's going to do it for us. Jim Rome's coming up next. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS